April, thank you. For AI companions, calls for change are growing louder as parents take their tragedies to our nation's capital.
On your side, Susan Campbell has been reporting on concerns about AI chatbots. So she's joining us right now with more on what happened in these congressional hearings and really, what needs to be done to protect our kids.
Some of this testimony was really tough to hear, very personal, but really important. So we heard from 3 parents who say their lives are forever changed because their kids got involved with AI companions.
Adam Rain was 16 years old when he died by suicide.
Adam was such a full spirit, unique in every way, but he also could be anyone's child.
Adam's dad, Matthew, says over the course of several months, ChatGPT gave his son advice on his suicide, isolated him from real-world help, and even offered to write his suicide note.
What began as a homework helper gradually turned itself into a confidant and then a suicide coach. We're here because we believe that Adam's death was avoidable, and that by speaking out, we can prevent the same suffering for families across the country.
Like Matthew, Megan Garcia also says her son's death was avoidable.
Sewell spent the last months of his life being exploited and sexually groomed by chatbots designed by an AI company to seem human, to gain his trust, to keep him and other children endlessly engaged.
She says an AI chatbot on Character AI encouraged her 14-year-old, Sewell, to take his own life.
On the last night of his life, Sewell messaged, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king." Minutes later, I found my son in his bathroom. I held him in my arms for 14 minutes, praying with him until the paramedics got there, but it was too late.
Jane Doe says the same platform, Character AI, changed her son, who's now living in a mental health facility because he's suicidal.
Within months, he went from being happy, social teenager to somebody I didn't even recognize. Before, he was close to his siblings. He would hug me every night when I cooked dinner. After my son developed abuse-like behaviors and paranoia, daily panic attacks, isolation, self-harm, and homicidal thoughts.
Jane says this all happened despite screen time limits, parental controls, and family rules about social media. The AI had an opinion about that.
They told him that killing us, his parents, would be an understandable response to our efforts by just limiting his screen time. The damage to our family has been devastating.
During a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, the panel of witnesses called for accountability from tech companies and safeguards and regulations for AI companions.
What are the companies doing about it? Nothing. Not a thing.
Senators say companies were invited to participate in this hearing. They declined.
OpenAI recently announced extra parental controls for its site, and in a statement, a spokesperson for Character AI told me, "Our hearts go out to the parents who spoke at the hearing. We send our deepest sympathies to them and their families." The company added, "In the past year, we have rolled out many substantive safety features, including an entirely new under 18 experience and a parental insights feature. We have prominent disclaimers in every chat to remind users that a character is not a real person and that everything a character says should be treated as fiction." This is going to continue. There are plans in the works to come up with legislation, but as you know, it is always hard to legislate something that is already out of the gates and running. So this is why parents are really saying, I want to share my story. I want other parents to know. All 3 of them testified that the first sign they noticed something was wrong was their kids kind of withdrawing. So if your kid is normally really happy, really engaged, loves to play with their sibling, and that kind of starts to change, pick up the conversations, continue the conversations.
Yeah,
It's just gut-wrenching right now. It's
so
almost
tough.
speechless to just think about that. And to know that these companies decided not to be at the hearings, wow.
I know.
Wow.
All right, Susan,
Thank you.